Okay, so we start with the 4 equipments and then our weapons. So this will be a proxy for your mandible claw, so it's the same comment.
So essentially, this is me getting into the... what's the proper term? Like being thrown into the fire.
This is a trial by fire.
Trial by baptism under fire.
Yeah. By the way, I forgot to tell you, this is a tier 1 deck in Blitz.
Well, this is tier 0, damn it!
Yeah, that's actually tier 0. That's the best deck in the format. And this is the second, this is, so since this is tier 0, this is tier 1. Very cheap equipment.
It's still
It's still sus.
yes, it's still sus to me, damn it.
Please.
Okay.
Okay, so to make this easy, I'll go first.
Yes.
So, go to your maximum intellect size, which is 4.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. So, since this is the start of our turn, I will have to check my equipments. Does anything have a trigger here? Mine has, which is Fiandal Spring Tunic. Fiandal Spring Tunic says, at the start of your turn, if Fiandal Spring Tunic has less than 3 energy counters, you may put an energy counter on it.
Gotcha.
So I'll put 1. And if I'll have 3 later, I can remove 3 of them, then I'll gain 1 resource for free.
Gotcha.
So during my turn, I will attack you. So I'll put a card.
Oh, so you can attack right now, even
Yes.
though... Oh.
Unlike Yu-Gi-Oh. So first, I will attack you with Miraging Metamorph. I'm gonna pay 2. So I will have... I have 3. I have 3. I'm gonna have to pay 1.
Is there any way I can defend myself from that attack?
Yes, okay. So we're now gonna start the combat chain.
Okay.
So this is where I say my attack has a weakness, Phantasm. And Reinar is the best counter for this. Since almost all of his attacks or the cards that you use to block will have 6 or more power.
Okay.
So in this, the defend phase. So first is the attack phase. Next, I give you priority. You can now use your cards in hand to defend. Except for the defense reaction. You'll use that next step. Or your equipments. You can put your equipments from here to the front of my card to block it. And your block value will be equal to the bottom right value.
Okay. So, but more or less like, syempre, every move we make, we have to declare Gidman. So when you declare an attack, then I can like declare
a card to block.
Yes.
Yes.
Whether that may be equipment or something from my hand.
Yes. So you can the term we use is pop. You can use it you can use like a 6 or more power card from your hand to pop my action because this has the word Phantasm. So, for example, you block it with any 6 card power, with any card that has 6 power, the trample does not go through. It just goes to the graveyard.
So basically, I can just declare from hand right now.
Yes.
Okay, so I will use Wrecker Rump. So I will just put it
in front of my card.
Okay.
So we'll check. So you have 6 or more power. I have no choice. Phantasm will be put on the stack, similar to Magic.
Okay.
I don't have any response. Do you have any response? So this will go to the graveyard. The same with the card that's blocking it.
Graveyard is on top.
Yes.
Okay.
So in Flesh and Blood, you only have 1 action point. So you can only use 1 action every turn, unless you have cards that give you action points, like this broken equipment, or if you have a card that says Go Again. What is Go Again? Go Again is a keyword. After using Go Again, you gain 1 action point. So you can
go again.
Okay, so since I don't have any more action points because I don't have Go Again, and plus even if I had Go Again, you broke my card, so it does not trigger. I'm just gonna go past the turn.
So more or less you don't take any damage whatsoever, right?
No, because you popped it. So at the beginning of my end step, I have a choice. If I don't have a card in the bottom side of my hero, it's called an arsenal. I can put 1 card from my hand face down over here. Let's say this. over to the bottom. So what is Arsenal? In Arsenal, you cannot use this card to pitch or block unless it's a defense reaction. You can only play it depending on its timing. So if it's an attack like what I did earlier, I can only do it on my action phase. Or if it's a defense reaction or instant, I can use it even during your turn as long as I have the priority. So first, the pitch, it doesn't go to the graveyard. It goes to the bottom of the deck in any order if you have pitched more than one card. So I have one card in hand. We duo at the end of our turn, except when it's your turn 0.
Okay.
So it's your turn 0, so we both duo at the same time. So I have one card left in hand. I'll have to duo 3, so I'll have a maximum of 4.
Okay.
And you will draw 1.
Yes.
And now it's your turn.
Okay.
So you check if you have any timings at the start of your turn. Usually there's none. If you put this card, you'll have a gold. So let's say you have a gold token.
Yes.
Forgot to give you this one.
Okay.
This is your gold token. So what does gold do? You pay 2 resource, you
Okay.
sacrifice the gold, you do a card, and you have go again.
Okay.
That's the gold. That's the only thing gold does for now.
Okay, basically, we can play the gold token.
Yes.
And then, whenever you roll as 5 or 6 times. The Skull Crusher's thingy, it's basically like I can choose to activate it on every...
No, it's just a trigger. It doesn't
Okay.
have activated ability. The cards that have the roll a dice for you are
Yes.
these two.
Ah.
So
Okay. Okay, sige, man.
so TLDR for both of these.
Mm.
You'll have to roll a 6-sided dice for this one, then sacrifice it. Then whatever you roll here, you'll gain that much resource. Half the roll, rounded down, and you'll gain that much resource.
Mm-hmm.
For this, same, roll a 6-sided dice, half the roll, rounded down, you will get that many action points. So, do you wish to gamble, sir? If you get a 1, by the way, you lose your action point. This doesn't break though, but this does. The cost is it has to break. This doesn't have a cost. So, which do you want to trigger first? You have to declare.
Scab skin.
Okay. 1. Roll a 1. No, he rolled a 5. So, a lot.
Okay.
This triggers first, and this goes on the stack.
Okay.
So, how many action points do you get?
So, I gained half. So, I guess, does it round off?
Round down.
Round down. So, okay, so I gained 2.
Yes, so you have
Okay.
2 action points
2,
for
okay.
this turn. Now, this triggers.
Okay, whenever you roll a 5 or 6 on the die, your brute gains +1.
Attack.
Okay.
Even this. This is an attack if you use it.
Okay.
Because there are cards that say attack action cards.
Mhm.
So this is not considered as an attack action card. But it is considered an attack if you pay for the 2. So will you use this or no? You'll use it for later. Once you break that, it will no longer return to you.
Yeah, why not?
Are you sure you're gonna break it?
Yes.
Okay. So for breaking it, technically it goes to the graveyard, but for simplicity's sake, we just
Yes.
turn them down.
Answer.
Boonga boonga. Don't roll a bad one, sir.
Ano ganyan dapat?
forgive, never forgive. Half rounded down, and you gain that much resource or mana. What the way? Why is he rolling so good? So you have goes to the stack.
Oh, okay. So in other words, another na naman.
So you have 2 resource floating,
Mm-hmm.
and then since it triggered again, your attacks will have now +2 until end of turn.
Okay. So,
Separate it.
okay.
So now you can use your cards in hand. You don't need go again because you have action point.
Unga.
Bunga bunga.
And is there any like for example limit to how many like other stuffs I can put on the field or
Brute does not put stuff in the field.
okay.
You just attack.
I see. Okay.
Like a real unga bunga.
First time kid.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy on your back, he died on the first turn.
Unga.
And out like 21 damage where he can't block.
Okay, so right now...
You have 2 action points.
Okay. So I can use those action points to...
Play an action or play an attack action.
Which is basically cards in my hand, right?
Yes.
Sige.
Usually attack action will just have power on the bottom left. Power is the spear-looking thing.
So in other words, I need to have at least a, let's say, 6 or 7 in order to activate it, or not?
No, you just have to, so play the card first.
Okay.
So since you have a floating resource, you have 2, right? How much does this cost?
Basically it costs 1.
So pay the resource.
Okay.
And then read ability.
An additional cost to play Savage Ring, discard a random card. So,
yes, so I'll be the one choosing. Please don't be a 6 power. It is a 6 power. And it... Okay, why this? Okay, so trigger a lot of things. First, this is good. So we'll have to trigger the discard. The discard triggers.
Gain... what is this? Gain
1 resource.
Okay.
So gain
Back to
again.
2?
Yes. Now trigger Rhinar. So wait, 1 action. Trigger Rhinar now.
Okay, Rhinar. Whenever you discard a card with 6 or more during your action phase, intimidate. Target hero banishes face down a random card from their hand. At the beginning of the end phase, return all cards banished. So it's Cyframe Omega. Okay.
I can look at it, but you can't. So I'm gonna have to put it in the banish zone.
Okay.
So I can't use it to block.
So it does have basically parang aside from graveyard, may banish zone.
Yes, exile.
Exiled, yes.
So this is how much?
That is in terms of attack power, or
yes,
7
plus
7 plus.
So you triggered it twice.
Okay.
So that's 9.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to block that because that's a kinda high.
Okay.
So let's.
You triggered my trap card.
First defense step.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use my Crown of Providence to block. So Crown of Providence has an ability. When I use it to defend, I may put a card from my hand or my arsenal to the bottom of the deck. If I do a card. Ooh, I got a good card. So this is 9, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pitch a blue to play Soul Shield. Actually, sorry, my timing is wrong. For the camera, play Soul Shield first. So this is a light defense. This is a defense reaction. So we're no longer in the defense step. So you have an attack reaction step. I'm pretty sure you're just gonna pass because I didn't put any attack reactions there.
Rigged.
Rigged. So on my, you'll give me the priority to defense react. So my defense react is Soul Shield. I'll pay 2, so I'll still have 1 floating. It blocks for 6. So I'm blocking 6 plus 2.
That's 8.
So I'll have to take 1. But my equipment says Ward 1.
When a wave of reality is destroyed, created. If your hero will be dealt damage, prevent 1, then destroy reality.
Yeah, so I destroyed this, and since it destroyed, I'm gonna create Spectral Shield. It's still your turn. This is the first combat chain closed. If you play another card, it's the second combat chain.
Okay, so I can still, like, as long as I pay resource, right?
Yes, you can even use this because you have Go again now. Because if you've discarded a 6 or more power card, it gains Go again.
Okay.
And you still have 2 resource floating.
Okay, so... sorry.
Oh no. Oh, it doesn't have Go again. So remove the last action point.
Okay.
Pay the mana. Your resource.
Okay, so that's 2.
Okay. So trigger ability.
Okay. Intimidate. Target hero banishes face down random card from hand. The beginning of the end phase.
Same ability as Rhinar. So that's 6, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to block you for 3. Then I don't have any reacts. And you also don't have. So I will have to take 6 minus 3. 3 minus 1.
2.
2. So I'll have to take 2. And this gets destroyed. Okay, so close the combat chain. So my equipment has Blade Break. So this also breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Soul Shield triggers. After the combat chain closes, I'll put this to Soul. And then our attack and defenses go to the graveyard. And this one is... I know this is not 6. This is 8. So I have to take 2 more.
I was gonna ask gani kung ano ni ganing 2.
It's because of this. So I'll have to take 2 more. That's 16.
Okay.
So goes to the graveyard.
Okay.
And then you may arsenal card now. And then the one you banish goes to my hand at the end of turn.
Yes.
So arsenal up. So I'll have to put my pitch down.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, sorry. I'm planning to break it. That's why I put it there. Okay, so you may put 1 card from your hand face down to your arsenal. But same as before, you can't use it to pitch or to block unless it says defense reaction. But you can still use it.
So give or take like so more or less like if it's not a what was the term you said again?
Defense reaction?
If it's not a defense reaction, so wala.
You can use it to attack on your action phase. So that's technically your 5th card in hand.
Okay.
But it because the arsenal is not a part of the hand.
Okay. So more or less I'll just summon this guy, I guess.
You'll use it to attack later
Later. So I'll just like put him
on the arsenal.
Okay. Where's
Face
he?
down.
Okay.
Arsenal is just on the bottom of your hero.
Okay.
So this is your end step. Over here.
Ah.
So I will take back the cards you banished.
Mhm.
And then, since you do at the end of turn, you do to 4. I don't. So that's the That's the thing that's that allows you to use math. Is it worth it to block, or is it just worth it to take then return the damage?
God, math.
Math is good. Thinking is good.
Many hours later.
showed you at your maximum field size. So this is where the tides usually turn. So I'll trigger Genesis. Trigger my Tunic. Trigger Genesis. It's a light and illusionist, so I'll create a spectral shield. Then I'll draw a card. Oh. I just not get a go again card. Yeah, I still don't have go yet. I'm gonna attack you for 7, triggering my second by paying with my Candle Spin Tunic. So that's 7 without go again. If you break it, I can create another copy of an aura I have on the field. So if you pop it, I'll create another one. Okay, so it gets popped. I'm going to create... Actually, I can pay 1 first. Sorry. I'm gonna pay 1.
Sige, 59. Manatapos na kami.
Pay 1, so I'll get an action point. This breaks, but I can create a copy of Genesis. So create a copy of Genesis. So go to the graveyard. I'll attack you for
Kill me.
plus 2.
Kill me.
That's 8 with go again.
GG.
GG. So how was the game?
Well, the game was actually okay. I mean, like, I guess I did alright. I guess I did alright. Anyway, but I guess, not really I guess, but I think basically this is something I can get into, like somewhere down the line. It seems like a really easy card to pick up and go, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
If that's the right term.
Just pick a hero that you like.
Are there any other heroes that I might be like literal like
What kind of playstyle do you want?
pretty much playstyle wise I would say I'm an aggro.
Aggro, there's only one choice. Actually, there are several choices, but there's a deck that's easy. You either go for Fi or Katsu. Fi is easier to play.
I'll be honest with
What
you.
Fi does, attacks for 5 times, pass the turn.
I'll be honest with you, when you said Katsu, the first thing that came to mind
It's
was
food.
Yes,
Yes.
ramen.
Very good. I'm
Yes.
proud. Food. A fellow foodie.
Sponsorship. Anyways, well, that's it for our crossover learning edition for Flesh and Blood. And myself as a Yu-Gi-Oh player, I'm very impressed that this card game actually is very active nowadays. You guys have like a Facebook page.
Oh, yes.
You have like a Facebook group per se.
Facebook group, no, but for announcements and the like, just go to Poptopia PH, the shop we're playing in right now.
Yes, and once again, big thanks to Sir Santi and the staff at Poptopia PH Iloilo for allowing us to film this awesome card game right here, Flesh and Blood. And you can get pretty much a lot of supplies of Flesh and Blood here at the Poptopia PH Iloilo. I will leave a link in the description for their Facebook page. And of course, feel free to stop by on Saturdays.
Saturdays.
Right?
We play weekly armories on Saturdays. Blitz format.
Okay.
It's going to blitz.
Well, anyways, once again, this is Jan, my good friend. He's the best player here.
No.
Well, anyways, guys, that's it for this episode, and see you in the next one. Don't forget to please like, share, subscribe, and comment and all that good stuff. And once again, thank you to Poptopia PH Iloilo. Thank you once again, dude.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Bye.